Hello, welcome back to The Draw, a Fair to Green podcast. This past week in the world of golf was pretty busy in multiple tournaments on all the different tours, LPGA Tour, DP World Tour, PGA Tour. Kind of getting back into the swing of things with every golf tournament playing every week. Now that we're kind of getting into late February, early March, as the season start to get going. And we're gonna first talk about the LPGA Tour and the Honda LPGA in Thailand. Jeeno Thitikul, world number one. She finally picked up a win in her home country. She's been trying to chase this win down. She has a runner up and two third place finishes in this event before. So she finally kind of gets that monkey off her back and wins the Honda LPGA Thailand. Again, I think it's the first two events in the LPGA Tour this year. The first winner was Nelly Korda. The second one is Jeeno Thitikul. So the saying is the cream rises to the top, and so far through two LPGA events, the two top players in the world have risen and been on top of the leaderboard. So I think it's a great sign to come for the LPGA Tour this year. They have the expanded golf coverage that we'll talk about here in a sec. But these two kind of just picking off the first wins of the season kind of sets us up for, all right, are we going to finally get a showdown of these two superstars in the game of golf, right? 2 years ago, Nelly won 6 times, and Jeeno was good. And last year, Jeeno was really good, and Nelly was good, but with no win. So, is this the year where we kind of see them go back and forth, trading off wins, maybe winning a major each? Jeeno kind of getting that first one, Nelly picking up her second one. We'll see. But I think it's great. I think when the top stars do well, it just makes the game better. And now, speaking of the game getting better, the coverage this past week, again, it's tough being in the United States and watching in Thailand, but Saturday night I was able to turn it on and watch it at 11:30 midnight or whatever time it was here. I was able to watch it on Golf Channel, whereas before I wouldn't have been able to do that. Usually they're just playing reruns of the PGA Tour event that happened earlier in the day. So being able to watch live golf was really nice. Being able to watch some of the best players in the world hit shots on a Saturday night. Always good. So the expanded coverage seems to be great so far for the LPG in two events. So we'll see. I'm sure there will be hiccups with the broadcast and all that, but I'm excited to see where they go and what kind of stories they create for the viewers like myself and all of you listeners. Because again, these women needed a bigger stage. They're so good at the game of golf, and being able to show Jeeno winning in her home country, I mean, that's pretty cool. And we talk about it all the time with on the PGA Tour, where the national opens means the most. Like the U.S. Open always big in the United States, but when Rory won the Irish Open this past year, like there's just a different sense of national pride. This week on the DP World Tour is a South African Open, and that field is littered with South African pro golfers. So to win in your home country is just something many can't say they did, and for her, it's great. We're just coming off the Olympics, so kind of that patriotic pride here for Jeeno, and good for her. Again, picking up that first one early in the season kind of just eases the rest of the schedule, the season away for her. Kind of, you know what? Okay, Nelly won one. Now I won one. Now we can just kind of go back and we'll see how it goes. But again, good event this week. Good for Jeeno to finally pick up that win in her home country. Over on the DP World Tour, we had a first-time winner. Casey Jarvis, 22-year-old South African, won the Magical Kenya Open presented by ABSA. He won by 3, and it was really never close. He played really well on Sunday. 2 times the final round got delayed due to weather, so he easily could have dealt with the pressure in a negative way and kind of lost his lead. But no, he stepped up. He made an eagle and a birdie on his last 2 holes to give him a 3-shot win. But yeah, very exciting for him. 22, good young player. He is heading over to the next event this week down in South Africa, where he's South African. He's playing in the South African Open. His one quote after the round was pretty funny. Someone was asking, well, how are you going to celebrate? And his quote was, man, I feel sorry for the other people on the plane because it's going to be really loud on that 4-hour plane ride. So again, really cool to see a young winner. Again, just moves him up in the world rankings, hopefully getting some majors as he comes up. And again, a lot of young winners on the DP World Tour so far. We saw another South African, Jaden Shaper, go back to back at the end of last year in December. Obviously, we've had Patrick Reed win 2 times here early on, but kind of these younger players making a name for themselves now, while the PGA Tour players are kind of playing on the PGA Tour events, just gives them more points and better status. I mean, look at Marco Penge, who won 3 times last year on the DP World Tour. He was the 36-hole leader at Riviera this past week. Didn't play as well on the weekend, but still, he won 3 times, got his PGA Tour card, and now he's in signature events. He's in the majors. So victories like these can propel these young guys into a career, and a lot of them want to make it on the PGA Tour. And to do that, you're gonna gotta earn your card, and a win goes a long way. So good for Casey Jarvis. He will again be in the field next week. On the PGA Tour, we had Jacob Bridgeman hold on to victory at the Genesis Invitational hosted by Tiger Woods. He started the day with a 6-shot lead, and it was kind of his to lose. He birdied 2 of the first 3 holes, and I was thinking, oh, he's up 7, and who is going to catch him? I know it's Riviera Country Club is a tough golf course, one of the best golf courses on the PGA Tour schedule. I love watching it. I'm so excited for the U.S. Women's Open here in June there, and then the Olympics in 2 years. Again, it's just one of the best courses. It's always one of the players' favorite courses as well. There are just so many cool holes, and it creates some drama late. And again, it's tough. So if you aren't playing your A game, you can lose a lead. And he didn't really play bad. He played very conservative coming in. Kind of the final 14 holes, he made, I think, 3 bogeys. The rest were pars. It was just fairway, green, middle of the green, 20 feet, 2-putt par, and it almost caught up to him at the end. He only ended up winning by 1 stroke. Kurt Kitayama went absolutely scorched earth on the course. I think he shot a final around 62. So he vaulted way up. He was making putts all over the place. And then Rory McIlroy, who had chances on the opening 9, and he had a whole bunch of short birdie putts, or makeable birdie putts, not all short, and he just couldn't get the putter going. He missed a short par putt. Finally kind of gets going on the back 9. He makes three birdies in the last 6 holes, makes a putt from off the green on 18 to get to 17 under. Bridgeman, again, hits it to 20 feet, leaves his birdie putt like 4 feet short, and that is not a putt I want to win a tournament. Because if he misses, he's going to a playoff with Kurt Kitayama and Rory McIlroy, and who knows how it turns out. But he makes it. He picks up his first career tour win. He's friends with Chris Goddard, so he was talking about how him and Chris Goddard have talked over the last couple of weeks about him winning. Again, he's been in contention a lot lately. He, again, had kind of the debacle on the hole last week on 18 with hitting it into the beach, then hitting rocks and all that. But he's played really well. He's made the cut in all 5 starts, and he hasn't finished lower than T18 in any of his starts this year. So he's been really good. He's a second-year player. Last year, he made the Tour Championship as a rookie. He played at Clemson. So, yeah, he's a really good player. Again, he's not the longest hitter, but he got the job done. He was able to hold off Rory McIlroy and Kurt Kitayama for the biggest win of his life, easily the biggest paycheck. With it being a signature event, he gets $4 million. He gets 700 FedExCup points. He's moved to first in the FedExCup standings now with the win. All this is nice, and on top of that, and on the broadcast, he got married 2 months ago. So it's a pretty nice couple months stretch for Jacob Bridgeman. He gets married. He's played really well at the start of the season. He's into all the majors now with this win. He was going to play this week at the Cognizant Classic, but decided to withdraw, where he finished second last year. So he has good success on the course this week, but after coming off a win, and now that he kind of has status locked up and he's into the rest of the signature events and majors for the year, kind of give him a break before it gets pretty busy in the state of Florida and the PGA Tour the next couple weeks. So again, good for him. Really fun golf course to watch. Really good kind of final round. You saw some players go low, and Bridgman survived there. This week on the TP World Tour, like I said, we have the Investec South African Open. So again, multiple South African golfers are in this. Charles Schwartzel, Ernie Els, Jaden Shaper, Casey Jarvis, all Dylan Fratelli's in it. all players, a lot of South Africans in this field. Again, they're National Open. They're going to have some sense of pride. They want to win here. Next week is also an event in South Africa, but this week their eyes are on that. It is at a golf course that has not hosted this event since 1999. It is used to be the Sunshine Tour's flagship event. This event, the Sunshine Tour, kind of being similar to the Corn Ferry Tour over on the European Tour. It is now a co-sanctioned event with the DP World Tour. It is at Stellenbosch Golf Club. Again, this hosted this event in 1999. It's hosted, I think, 5 South African Masters. Gary Player, obviously the most famous South African golfer. Ernie Els is up there, but Gary Player, the most famous one. He has won this event 13 times, easily the most. I think the next most was 8 or 9, I was reading. So again, another good event. Usually these national opens usually have some drama or some good finish. So again, tune into that, because those always, again, for some reason, the national opens bring out the best in the golfers, and it's always fun to watch. Over on the LPGA, we have the HSBC Women's World Championship in Singapore. Again, another good event. They're playing their first couple events over there, and then they'll come back over to the States. Lydia Ko in the field, Jeeno Thitikul in the field, Charlie Hall, all in the field. Again, very good field. Lydia Ko is the defending champion. She defeated Jeeno Thitikul by 4 strokes last year. So again, those two in the field. Again, it should be a fun tournament. Again, it's going to be a little tough to watch because it is over in Singapore. But again, the Golf Channel has the coverage on it. And again, it should be a good finish. Jin Young Koo is also in the field. She's won here twice in the last couple of years. Hannah Green, she's won here two years ago. So again, she's in the field as well. 22 of the top 25 in the Rolex rankings are in the field. There's no Nelly Korda this week, but you have Miyu Yamashita, Lottie Wode, Haiju Kim, Si-Young Kim, Angel Yin, Ryo Takeda. Again, another really good field early on in the LPGA Tour. Again, when the best women come together for a tournament, it's always going to create a good finish, some drama. So again, check that out, the HSBC Women's World Championship. And on the PGA Tour, they have the Cognizant Classic, which I still refer to it as the Honda Classic just because I am used to calling it the Honda Classic. But Cognizant Classic, last year's winner, Joe Highsmith, he picked up his first win here. He defeated Jacob Bridgeman by a couple strokes. He is in the field, so he'll look to defend his title against a field that includes Brooks Koepka. So we haven't seen Brooks Koepka since the WM Phoenix Open. He obviously wasn't in those signature events the last 2 weeks, so he's had some time off. He's playing at a course where he's had some success at in Florida, so he's close to home. So I think you'll see a better version of Brooks Koepka than we did out on the West Coast. I think now that he's played a couple tournaments, he took some time off. He was able to probably work with some coaches at home on some putting stuff. His driving was great. So if you can get the short game and putting stuff worked out, I think you'll see him contend. Again, I think as he works his way into PGA Tour shape, I think as the season goes, he'll get better and better. Luke Clanton, a local Florida kid, he's in the field. Shane Lowry, Ryan Gerard are the 2 highest ranked players in the field. So again, another good golf course. It's just this PGA Tour early on has a great stretch of golf courses. I mean, we can go all the way back to the TPC Scottsdale, which isn't the most difficult course, but it's always a fun one to watch. Creates drama with that 16th hole and the 17th drivable par 4. You got AT&T, you got the Pebble Beach, obviously one of the best courses on the PGA Tour. Always exciting to watch that tournament. Last week, the Riviera Country Club, again, one of my personal favorites to watch. This week, PGA National, the championship course. It has water on 15 of 18 holes, so if you're not hitting it straight, you're in for a long week. And the famous holes are the Bear Trap, so that's holes, I think it's 15, 16, 17. Again, that's where rounds are made. If you can get out of there at even par or even under par, you're probably going to be up to the top of the leaderboard. Even if you play it in 1 over, you're probably good. Once you get into like +2, +3 on that 3-hole stretch, then you're going to be down the leaderboard. It's a tough, especially if the wind is blowing, the water comes in, you got the par 3 over the water. Even 18, another hard one where you got to hit a good drive, and then you got a long way over water, and there's a bunker that you don't want to go into, the back bunker, because it brings in the water into play on your bunker shot. So again, a great course. Again, not the best field. Obviously, a lot of the players are taking a couple of weeks off. They had 2 signature events. They got a signature event next week coming, and the Players Championship. So again, pretty good field. My pick for the event is Shane Lowry. He has played excellent here. He's finished in the top 11 the last 4 times, including a runner-up in 2022, where I think he lost to Sepp Straka, if I'm correct. So again, really good player. If it's windy there, he'll play well in the wind. It's just kind of his strength is playing in the wind. So yeah, I think Shane Lowry will come out on top, and at a course that he always does really well at. And my pick for the South African Open, I forgot to say this, is Jane Shaper. He's won twice, like I said. He won the Alfred Dunhill Championship and the Afra Asia Moretus Bank Open back-to-back in December. So I think he'll win. Again, something with the National Opens, someone from that country. If I wouldn't pick a South African, it'd probably be Patrick Reed, but I'm going to go with Jane Shaper. And then my LPG event winner would be Charlie Hull. She's coming off a Ladies European Tour win a couple weeks ago in Dubai. So I think she's been playing really well. I think she's up to number 3 in the world now, or 4. So yeah, I think Charlie Hull will win the LPGA event. Some other news, WDTGL had a big announcement yesterday. Michelle Wie West is coming out of retirement and will join and play on a team in the WTGL, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, if we can get, I don't know who else would want to come out of retirement to this, but getting Michelle Wie West, who's one of the most well-known women golfers in the world. She's played on PGA Tour events. She's won LPGA events. She's won a major. So I think that's really cool. I don't know if this would happen, but to see someone like Annika like join, like, why not? It's a simulator golf, so you can play. I don't think you really need to do anything with tees. I think that would be really cool, but I really think that's a really good grab for WTGL. I think the more people and the more well-known golfers you can get, I think the better it will do. And I think it will be successful anyways. I think the TGL is successful. This past Monday, TGL had a doubleheader. That was great. Again, seeing Justin Thomas back. He made his first appearance coming back from back surgery. He was back. He announced that he's going to play in the Arnold Palmer in a couple of weeks. So again, I think you're seeing the TGL kind of do well, and I think the WTGL will also do well. And again, there's still some more players. Like, are we going to get Nelly? That's going to be the most interesting one. I know she had her comments a couple months ago about it. I think maybe she'll play. I do think that she'll play, and maybe even if they do have their own league for the WTGL, I think maybe there's a week where they do a crossover event and it's 2 players from this WTGL team and this 2 players from this TGL team come and they form a team against another 2 teams. Something like that. Again, I was with Nelly with her comments earlier in the year where she thinks they should have played with the men. I agree with her 100%. I think that would have been really cool to kind of showcase both of them at the same time. And the TGL has all the fans already and the infrastructure and the team. So I think it would have just been a little easier to do it than starting your own league. But again, the LPGA knows what they're doing. The WTGL knows what they're doing. So, and they've got some really good names so far. And if they can get a couple more big names, I think they'll be for sure starting off on the right foot. Again, that doesn't start till I think late next winter in 2026, early 2027. But again, really good grab by WTGL. I think the TGL should look into it. Again, you have Tiger Woods. So are Michelle Wie West and Tiger Woods like the same? Like, maybe not, but you got the older veteran golfer in Tiger Woods who hasn't really played since hurting his back last year. But I don't know who else you could get, but can you get some of the senior tour players? Could you get, I mean, I mentioned Ernie Els earlier because he was really good. He was a really good PGA Tour player. Ernie Els, Steve Stricker. Can you get Fred Couples would be a good one. Like maybe, and it's just for a week, just like a cameo. Oh, you know what? We only have 3 guys this week. You're like, let's bring Fred Couples in. Like, I mean, I would love to see Fred Couples mic'd up for a week. That'd be great. But again, good for the WTGL, good for the women's golf. I think again, the more players they can get that are recognizable, the better we'll do, just like any league. So to get her, I think is really cool and really exciting news for that simulator tour. Again, go check us out on fairwaytogreen.com. We have, again, like normal, our preview and review recap articles of the events, other articles that we have written, and we have some cool stuff coming on the way in the next couple of months here that you should be looking forward to. Again, leave us a review wherever you listen to our podcast. Give us a rating. Check out our YouTube channel. Go watch this on YouTube. Like it on YouTube. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the 3 golf tournaments this week, and we will see you later.